Next stop, Super Sapiens. About 100 years ago, our sapiens ancestors lived mainly in Africa. They already looked just like people today. That is, if you gave them a nice haircut and dressed them in jeans and t-shirts instead of animal skins. But these ancient sapiens were quite different from us. Like all the other humans, sapiens already had fire and stone tools, so they could frighten away lions and even hunt some big animals. But they didn't know how to sow wheat or ride horses. They didn't know how to build wagons or ships. And they didn't have any villages, let alone big cities. There were also very few of them. In all of Africa, there were probably fewer than 100,000 sapiens. You could cram all of them into one huge football stadium. Back then, the most important animal on the planet wasn't sapiens. Not yet. Maybe it was whales or ants. And then, about 50,000 years ago, everything changed. A huge catastrophe hit planet Earth and killed the small Floresians, the Neanderthals, the Denisovans, and all the other kinds of humans, except for the sapiens. What was this catastrophe? It wasn't an asteroid from outer space. It wasn't a massive volcanic eruption. It wasn't an earthquake. No, it was our ancestors themselves. Around that time, something very strange happened to our ancestors, making them super powerful. Are you wondering what that was? It's actually quite intriguing, but we'll explain it later. Like in a good detective story, you have to read on to get to the bottom of the mystery. For now, we'll say only that it had an incredible effect. Sapiens began spreading all over the world, and whenever they reached a new valley or island, all the other kinds of humans that lived there quickly disappeared. For example, when the new Super Sapiens reached Europe, they picked all the pears, ate all the berries, and hunted all the deer. This meant that the local Neanderthals had nothing left to eat, so they died of hunger. And if any Neanderthals tried to stop the sapiens from taking all the food, the sapiens probably killed them. Then our ancestors went to Siberia and took all the food from the Denisovans. And then they went to Flores, and what do you know? Soon, there wasn't a single small human or small elephant to be found. And when all the other humans were gone, our ancestors still weren't satisfied. Although they were now incredibly powerful, they wanted even more power and more food. So they sometimes fought one another.